Canon T6 is an entry-level DSLR designed with photography in mind, but is it any good for filming video? Welcome to Echo Productions, I'm Silas Willoughby, and I'm not going to drag you through the mud, making you wait till the end of the video to find out. So the short answer is no, it doesn't really work for video. Let's start by going over this camera's features and limitations. As far as the body goes, you have a nice sturdy build with a very ergonomic design. The camera itself feels very well built and the buttons are somewhat intuitively placed. I say somewhat because while most of them make sense, there just isn't anywhere near enough of them. There are no customizable function buttons, and without touchscreen display, it takes way too long to change any settings. To shoot video, you have to switch to video mode, and to change any settings in video mode, you have to go to the menu and enable manual exposure for video. Another thing I really wish Canon had added was a touchscreen LCD, but Canon needs a way to make people buy their more expensive cameras. This brings me to the biggest reason this camera isn't ideal for video. It doesn't have a mic jack. Now, I know Canon's DSLRs don't have that good of preamps anyway, but external microphones make your audio way better. I have a love-hate relationship with Canon's 18 to 55mm kit lens. It has great internal stabilization, so you can shoot handheld a lot easier. But it's pretty soft and focusing with it is extremely difficult. However, it does produce beautiful lens flares. Speaking of focusing, the Canon T6's autofocus is, as expected, not great. It's loud and swims around a lot. However, this doesn't really concern me because I rarely use autofocus anyway, and you can't really get good autofocus without spending more than twice the T6's original cost. In terms of picture profiles, your best option is neutral. It's semi-flat and does preserve probably another half a stop of dynamic range. It's probably good that it's not too flat anyway, however, because the T6 shoots at a max of 28 megabytes a second. So there's not that much you can do when grading the image before it breaks anyway. Even my GoPro has a higher bitrate of about 70. However, 28 megabytes a second is normal for all Canon DSLRs under $1,000, so it isn't a downside specifically to the T6. And if you're not grading it heavily, it holds up quite well. Before I talk anymore, let's take a look at some test footage I shot with this camera. So as you can see, the video quality is actually pretty good. With enough patience when shooting and editing, you can totally pull usable video out of this camera. But there are some limitations, mainly its lack of any usable slow motion. I mean, come on Canon, at least put 60 FPS in HD. If you want to shoot semi-slow motion 60 FPS, you have to go down to 720p, which at least in my opinion looks very soft. Low light in this camera is also pretty bad. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not clean and bright. Now, I know I've been mostly hitting on this camera, but for the type of people that this camera is geared towards, namely people who are just getting into photography and want their first DSLR, the T6 performs excellently. It's not great for video, but there is one thing I really liked about shooting on this camera, and that's the lens flares. This camera produces beautiful lens flares, both in pictures and in video. Canon just dropped the mic right there. But that's all I got for you guys today. This has been Echo Productions, I'm Silas Willoughby, and I'll see you next week.